most states have enacted a lot of limits on malpractice now. You got to really jump through hoops. So all these attorneys that used to advertise malpractice on TV don't anymore. Now it's all auto accidents. It's much easier to find some poor person in a wheelchair that can be very sympathetic in front of a jury. But I think the whole system sucks. I think that I don't know what to do about it. You know, we all try. We're making documentaries. We're talking every day on YouTube, and we're beginning to get a groundswell. But how do you overturn a system that's responsible for half of the U.S. economy and jobs? I mean, what would happen if everybody who worked in the medical profession lost their job tomorrow, or worked for a food company selling cheeses and manufactured them and transporting them and in retail? We can't go back to the caves. We have to figure out some way to live with this.
Yeah, the system without the system as it is, we'd be in trouble in the short term, but better in the long term. But changing what is not an easy thing to do.
No, it isn't. But we've got the answer. And the one thing that I think that you need with all that equipment, show me that picture again. Show me the picture. Come on, I don't see it yet.
Yeah, I got to get it. I got to get there.
See, you need push buttons. I can just push a button and voila.
Well, my button pusher is broken. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to say, and this is it's not a trivial thing. I mean, I'm very serious about that. The one thing that you're missing is this. Honest to God.
I do have it, but it's not in front of me. It's Malcolm's that we have short cords on it right now, but it's on this, but this is broken.
Oh, okay.
It's bonding. So that's why I had to actually open up my in order for me to comment, I had to open up and watch it separately.
Well, I admire your technical prowess. I stream simultaneously to Rumble, but I don't have to. I do it out of the same StreamYard that I'm doing everything. I can't imagine having all these different devices open in front of you and having to administer them.
well, we do have it is all so. Kiltz Mighty Tribe is on this guy. Because we can't stream the Kiltz Mighty Tribe directly through StreamYard yet, can we?
No.
Okay. And then the Instagram doesn't allow you to do the comments. So hence this guy.
Yeah, I understand.
Instagram lets you comment if you're watching on Instagram. It's just that it doesn't come up on the StreamYard. So
very few of them integrate back. Even Rumble does not integrate back into the StreamYard comments. So I can't watch those comments, but I admire you. It's very, very admirable. But the sound effects are fun if you don't overdo them. But
well, I don't know if I have sound effects, Mitch. I gotta figure that out.
Yeah, Malcolm can help set that up for you. Dr. Kiltz, we've got some questions. And since we're almost 40 minutes in, I figure we should.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to drop out myself because I got a show to do later, and I will see hopefully everybody over there at 8:30, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
I can't see you tomorrow, wait. Mitch.
Look forward to it.
Mitch.
Okay, my friends. You take care. All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mitch.
Bye, Mitch.
All right. Let's go to those cues.
All right. Carnivore crowd. Is gluconeogenesis taxing on our systems as a means to create glucose? Some challenge the idea of the efficiency of the process. Obviously, they're trying to defend carbs and fructose. Your take, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Nelson.
nothing. I mean, the body does these things normally and naturally. Glucose is in meat when you eat it. All cells of all organisms contain sugars. And so the gluconeogenesis, I don't think it's really the critical part here. You're basically the one thing most people don't even look at or talk about is glycosylation, which basically sugar is added to a protein in order to make it the proper function. And when you eat food, whether it's fat or lean meat proteins, or you're eating plants, you get sugars in all of those things. I think our biggest problem is we're damaging our liver and every other cell of our body due to a plant protein, low fat diet and eating 3 to 6 meals a day. So I don't think, and sugar is not the energy, as I mentioned. Defend carbs and fructose. I mean, again, you can eat plants and you can eat animals. Dr. Nelson, are there poisons in meats in general?
No. In regards to the gluconeogenesis, a lot of people think this is something that happens on some people, happens and doesn't happen in others. It is a normal process of the body to take fat and amino acids and turn into glucose, and the body regulates this thing. It's not happening more or less because of your diet. As a matter of fact, the diet has no effect on it. Your body says, let's increase glucose. We're turning fat into and amino acids into glucose, period. End of the discussion. What happens is what some people's bodies do when your glucose goes up. And that's what a lot of people, I think, are talking about. Oh, I'm having gluconeogenesis. Yes, you're having all gluconeogenesis all the time. It's not, it's like, it's really almost a constant process.
We have some links about the glycobiome and the
And we're going to learn all about that on the Kiltz coaching course.
Yeah.
Thomas, I'm going to say thank you so much for being here, but
Oh, yeah, no
Rick in
problem.
the chat, and I think 5 faces on the screen is a little hard to look at.
What? Oh,
5 faces. Plus, we got questions to get to
Next
also,
question,
so.
please.
But,
we got Rick in here.
Yeah, we got Rick in here.
Hello.
We're good.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, next
We're
question.
good.
Chimonade. Dr. Kiltz, Nelson, can you read this one, Dr. Nelson?
Do you know anyone who has hemochromatosis on this diet? By the way, a carnivore diet does not cause hemochromatosis. Hemochromatosis is something that people develop, usually because of what damage, Dr. Kiltz?
Glycation and oxidative damage to the liver, but mostly because
liver damage. Yes.
Right. It's all liver damage, and plants contain iron that is not the same as the iron in the meat. And you show me a strict carnivore. Rick, do you have hemochromatosis?
No, but I don't know. I haven't been to a doctor since '96.
Gee. Right. So I don't, they blame meat. Isn't meat just blamed for everything? I mean, the cow is blamed for most everything, right?
It is.
Or Dr. Nelson. There is a Cops and Campers meetup coming up 2 weeks.
It's
July
next weekend. Not
weekend.
this coming
12th.
weekend, but the following.
Yeah, July 11th.
The 12th. The 12th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cops and Campers. Eric, thank you. Crack on camera. But again, we're playing doctors, but we're not doctors in this platform.
Eric, you want to come on? The link is in the description to give a little shout out to your Cops and Campers.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let's see. Eric, you can, it might be on Facebook.
What's the next cue?
The next cue is, let's see. The next cue is, or
200 grams fat a day.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a comment, but read it. Read it. It's a
I eat at
comment, not
least 200
question.
grams of fat a day. I don't feel great on any less than that for sure.
I mean, again,
Right.
we went. Now I know Rick evolved thousands of years before most of us, maybe millions. I mean, ultimately, when we killed the animal, did we wait for the cook and did we cut away the fat?
Nope.
So eating the fat first is the healthiest thing we can do. And when you eat fat, what happens to the microbes in the gut? They're
Reduces
killed.
them.
They are not our friends. They want to kill and eat you too.
That's right.
I wanted to. We put up this before, but Nate is one of the members of our team. He doesn't like to show his face often here. He knows he's welcome to do it, but he had a comment that he put it in so many good words. This community is a place where we all get to share battles. And listen, I don't know about Dr. Kiltz. I'm still, battling with things, trying to always make it better.
Stop
Support each other
battling with.
in any way when we need it. Praising each other's successes and people who understand the journey. Well,
You know
very
the
well
best
put,
way to
Nate.
handle a battle, Dr. Nelson?
I'm sorry?
The best way to handle your battle?
Having more people with you at the same time. When
Yes.
you go
Yes.
to war, you don't go to war by yourself.
The,
Right?
the answer is yes, dear.
Uh,
That was for Nelly, by the way.
I get it. I get a dose of daily hormetic stress. Hormesis is the concept that some stressful things are in small doses are good for you.
I imagine without stress, we're dead.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Louis,
However, my hormetic stress is 1,200 miles away today. And fortunately, she doesn't watch the show. So,
All right, next question, Chuck.
it's on there.
We can't get a moment to exercise with life sometimes. What is the minimum to keep Sunday strong? Is walking 30 minutes 2 times a week, or does it need to be weight bearing?
what is the best exercise to do, Dr. Kiltz? What is the very best exercise?
Get up.
Whichever you can do. Right?
Breathing. Breathing's a good exercise.
Whatever activity, if that's all you can do, Chuck, that's where you start, definitely. But we need to be moving, and it's not the concept of exercise, because even at 200 years ago and before, it's not that people, I got to go to the gym and lift the weights. They had to live life. We don't have enough activity in our current life because of conveniences, and we have cars, we have planes,
Bicycle.
but if you wanted a house built, just look 200 years ago. We couldn't fly, we could not get into a car. We had to either walk, or if you had a horse, not everybody had a horse. So
Horses
life
are
was
dangerous.
more activity hundreds of years ago. Just move
love
more.
Well, Rick, what ultimately you go hunting, you go gathering, you build, you create. You're I'm going to use the word tinkering. I don't mean it as in anything, but doing stuff. Be creative around the house. I mean, those are things that people used to do. My mother used to make clothing for the family, and she'd
Yep.
always be in the garden and building and doing things.
yeah.
My brother and I would do the plumbing. We'd put roofs on the house when we were like, we didn't know what the hell we were doing.
But you got it done.
Yeah, send us on a roof. We'll go up there and do anything.
It's not that hard. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
So and again, even if you're blogging, I this idea that my parents never exercised. They lived to 94. Like never. They just got up and did stuff and were moved.
That's it.
Simple.
It's amazing to me how many people I know don't move hardly at all. And if you come down here to Florida, you'll see a lot of young people. They wear a hoodie with long sleeves. They walk from their house to their car, which is air conditioned. And I look at that, I say, wow, that's not any way to live life. I go outside, and first thing in the morning, I'm outside. I'm right now looking at the sun rising. I get up just before the sunrise. That's just what makes me feel good. I couldn't imagine staying in the house all day. I'd go crazy.
Yeah, you got to move. Well, I mean, ultimately, you think about it. You look around. I live on. There's a ton of houses, but nobody's out.
Same here.
And it's like and Dr. Lisa loves it. We go from one box to another box. We
Yes.
live in boxes, and we scurry to go from one box to another.
Yeah.
Like,
That's right.
if we could just have a connection from the terminal to the airplane, the
They do.
yeah, we'd be that, right?
When we were kids, if you wanted to go on an airplane, you had to walk out on the tarmac and go up the ladder.
Well, interesting enough, in Sarasota, they built some new terminals, and it's all you got to go outside and go up on the stairwell. Wait,
Yeah, we did the same. We did the same in a couple of airports. Now in Austin, I did it, and in Tennessee, I did it, where I had to walk to the tarmac and get on the plane.
I haven't been on an airplane since 2005, and I'm glad. I hate flying. Those seats are too close together. It's very uncomfortable.
But even we're talking about moving and exercise. Even if we go back to the 1960s, growing up, you would come home from school, you threw your books somewhere, and
Go
you
outside.
went outside and played until mom called and, hey, come inside.
So the lights came on the street.
Yeah.
I didn't carry any books. I couldn't read them. I just ran around. We went right to the construction sites in our neighborhood.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my God. And we bring our shovels, we dig through the mounds and make caves, and we climb up on the roofs. You can't do that. Now they fence them off.
Fence them off.
They fence them off. They put signs like, don't walk around here. You're in trouble.
We used to climb on the machinery and everything.
Yeah. They occasionally left them with the key in them.
Under the seat.
Yes.
I remember.
We need to answer this question. Dr. Nelson, do you want to answer this question? Should I answer this question?
What question?
Bill Cook, when is
From
the
Bill,
first carnivore?
I just answered to him in the chat just now, but I'll repeat it.
Okay.
So I will be there tomorrow. It's just that
Oh, you will? Okay.
tomorrow we're gonna take some time to show you the platform and basically an orientation. First format class will be the following Wednesday.
So
That's right.
so then people could still sign up.
People can sign up.
Technically, it's not starting until next week.
Yeah, they need
It's
to
a
sign
very-
up today, though. They're not going to have it. They have to start and they have to read and listen to a bunch of lessons before they get to Dr. Nelson.
Yeah, we
But
need to
those
have,
are all-
we need to cut it off today because tomorrow we'll be given the assignments. This is what you're gonna read, access to the books. If you do it last minute, you're not gonna have I want everybody to read. They're gonna get access to 2 books. I don't have the other one at hand. This is one of the 2, but the other one is the Kiltz Ketos Carnivore. And
you have to get through the 30-day carnivore course before next week. You don't have to do it day by day.
Some people
Yes.
do it in one day. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. You can do it in one day. There's just several lessons you have to do before you get to Dr. Nelson next week. So we're trying to.
all right.
I think Friday's the cutoff. Friday's the cutoff. The
it's
ultimate
class
cutoff
and the
is Friday.
principal is gonna be strict.
And
All
there's
right,
Black Cat.
right.
There's
So
Cat.
Sean Amara posted that this is a question from Alini. We should not, Dr. Amara posted, we should not be eating marbled meat because it doubles the mortality in humans compared to obese individuals.
What? I'm so confused by that.
Doesn't make any sense to me because
Oh.
the fatty meat is what you want to eat. I mean, basically, we're marbled. As we get more fat on our body, we become more marbled. That's natural, and it's great if there's a famine, hibernation, migration, or wars and pestilence and disease that are going on in this world that are unfortunately harming so many people.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
How y'all doing today?
Hey, Kelly, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Thriving.
Thriving. I love it. What do you want to share with us today?
Well, I want to share that, carnivore, after being on keto and what keto and the plants did to me with with the oxalates and the lectins, carnivore is the only way to go, because after almost a year on carnivore, I'm thriving more today than I was a year ago. And it's all because of the lectins. And if I knew what plants does, and if I knew about the plants 4 years ago when I discovered keto carnivore, I would have went carnivore 4 years ago.
Is keto? I mean, obviously, if you heard carnivore first, and you think you would have jumped into carnivore first, or did you hear keto first? And I mean, why one over the other when you first got into it?
Well, I accidentally discovered keto and carnivore through Dr. Barry about 4 years ago, a video that just accidentally popped up on YouTube, and it was related to some other videos I must have listened to. And I'm like, oh, this is just one of those give me sales pitches to buy some kind of product. But then I realized, no, this is a real doctor giving advice through his own experience. And so I'm like, I want to know more. So I looked some more of his videos, and then I discovered Dr. Berg, and I'm thinking, oh, this carnivore doing all meat. It's crazy, because we all heard, the high cholesterol, the LDLs is bad and all that. And so I decided to go with the keto side, and I thrived for a year on keto. I lost 85 pounds. But then I noticed something wasn't right with, I was having arthritis issues, especially in my right hip. And then over time, it just gradually got worse. Then, as I'm gonna admit that as a former sugar addict, where I love sugar, you get to see those keto trees, keto breads. You thinking, oh, it's keto, but it's not keto. It's just labeled keto as a sales pitch. And so I end up eating that, falling off, and I end up gaining half of my weight back from what I lost 4 years ago on keto, and I was getting tired of it. So July 26th, which will be my year this year, July 26th, I decided I had enough. I'm going carnivore, and ever since then, I noticing that each day goes by, I was starting to feel better. I noticing that I sleep better. I noticing I can work better. I'm a maintenance supervisor, and I'm on my feet constantly all day, up and down stairs, turning apartments, doing work orders, and I got to have a physical body functioning to be able to do all that stuff. And then as I'm getting approaching my 1 year, I'm noticing that the chronic inflammation is slowly almost non-existent, and I can actually move better. I want to get up and I want to move around like we're tend to.
And tell us a little bit about your other gains on carnivore.
One of them, not only the weight loss, I noticed in my sleep I was never diagnosed with sleep apnea, but I know I had that, and everybody noticing that I don't even snore anymore. Let's see, what else did I gain on carnivore? I noticing that carnivores don't burn, they said. And I noticed that I gave that a trial. Yes, I did have a little bit of a sunburn a couple weeks ago, but before, I wouldn't be able to lift my arms. I wouldn't be able to touch them. And I could just go like that, and it wasn't affecting me. Let's see, what else carnivore affected? Oh, right now, I'm doing a trial run. I went from 5 milligrams of blood pressure medicine. Originally, I was on 10 like 5-6 years ago for high blood pressure. And right now I'm monitoring my blood pressure because I want to be off the medicines. I'm not taking any medicine, and I go do a physical act. I did a little physical exercise this morning, trying to, you know, strengthen my hips, strengthen my muscles up. And I checked my blood pressure, and it was like 122/64 with a heart rate of 78. And I'm like, wow. So there's a lot of difference in the what carnivore is doing. It's just the healing process of it, you know, getting that fatty meat and the fat, because we need the fat and more. And the other thing is that I have a better clarity.
Yeah, Rick was just showing what you're almost hypotensive, Rick.
It goes lower than that. It's like 90/60 when I'm relaxed.
Wow. And your doc, have you been to your doc at all, and Kelly, and seen what, heard their story to you?
Well, I had a 2-year checkup because my dad had AFib. My dad had heart, you know, he had heart trouble, but I always say, oh, heart disease runs in the family. But what I believe is we ourselves, by damaging with poor diet and poor bad habits. I'm an advocate from a former smoker. I used to smoke. I smoked up to 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I used to chew tobacco like, you know, Copenhagen, and I know what that done to my body, and I know that harmed my blood vessels, and I'm like, I had to get off of that. So when I went to my heart doctor, he noticed a little abnormality on the EKG, so he wanted to echocardiogram, which that's good. I wanted to know where it's at. Everything was good, and he said I had a left ventricle ejection of 63%, which that means that's really good, and my heart's functioning normal. And then my normal physician, I talked to him about it, and they noticed a huge difference. And they asked how I feel. I said, I feel great. And they noticed that I lost almost 70 pounds. And I know I still got another 60 I want to go. But right now I'm more focused on healing my body than losing the weight. The weight will eventually come off.
I always say, if there's a famine, would you rather be fat or skinny?
I'd rather be fat, because if I'm skinny, how am I going to survive? And where I live, you know, if a famine comes up, I got guns, I got, you know, pawns. I can learn how to eat a tree rat, rabbits. So I have that. And plus I also have neighbors that has cattle. So, you know, if there's a famine come up, I'll find ways to eat meat.
Which ultimately is the master's meal, and fatty meat, and fat causes no disease. I'm sorry, fat does not store toxins. It's just another cell, and without fat, you're dead. Ultimately, we will one day need that. We need the fat every day, but and there's going to be some times in the world where suddenly the climate changes, the environment changes, you get sick, and they're trying to feed you deadly food in the hospital, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do a 7-day fast or 20-day fast even. Crazy. All right, let's hashtag it.
All right, everybody, time to win a t-shirt. Who's winning the t-shirt?
Rick,
today?
thank you for being here. Kelly, thank you for being here. You guys are
Thank
amazing.
you for inviting me in.
Pleasure. Thanks to Mitch. Thanks to Thomas. Thanks to everyone for stopping in for the Hour of Power. And thank you to Alia for helping make this happen. Do such a great job. And Dr. Nelson, you'll be able to go to Kiltz Health or drkiltz.com to get the course, sign up, and the Montello meetup. But we have Cops and Campers also coming up.
Yep.
That's going to be really great.
This weekend? Oh, Montana. It's 4th of July this weekend.
And Montana, I'm going to Montana. Dr. Nelson, are you going to be there?
No.
Not this time. Are you going to be in Vegas, though, aren't you?
In Vegas in 2 weeks.
We'll be in Vegas together, so.
I will be at the Montello meetup. It's my very first meetup, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited for this.
I'll be in Montello as well the following week.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right, I got to run. Thank
Bye,
you.
Dr. Kiltz. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Linda McGee.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys. I got to
All right.
get.